Tapovana presents Ayurvani, speaking the language of healing.
I would like to tell about carbohydrates.
Mhm.
So there is some myth now कि we can't eat carbohydrates more. Okay,
Yes.
so they are little good detox of carb. So, but if we see very deeply, there
Mhm.
are two types of carbs. One is a simple and a complex.
Yes.
So simple carbs you can find this in many this packaging processed
Processed
food,
food. Yeah.
and this processed food elevate your sugar immediately.
Yeah.
So that is obviously is not good for your health.
Yeah.
But your gut microbiota needs complex
Carbohydrates.
carbohydrates,
Yes.
because when they ferment complex carbohydrates, they produce SCFA, short chain fatty acid, and that is a very good neuroprotective for you.
Hmm.
So where you can find these complex carbohydrates,
Carbohydrates.
you
Yeah.
can find this in many Indian food, traditional foods, many cereals, legumes, and what barley and what food we are eating is
Yes.
bajra,
Ragi.
ragi and
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
red rice.
Yes.
So it depends from which state you are,
Yeah.
from which desha, we say Ayurveda in desha,
Yes.
and what they grow there.
Yeah.
From
Staple food.
yeah, staple food from so many years, because your grandpa grandmother had did good experiments.
Correct.
They found, okay, this food is suiting me,
Yes.
and nature has grown that food for you
Yes.
by calculating the apa mahabhuta and panch
Exactly.
mahabhuta, everything there, and that is the good for your body,
Yes.
because your genomes, your gut microbiota know how to digest this,
Yes.
how much SCFA they should release for your brain. But
Exactly.
all of the sudden, if you want to eat Italian pizza, I'm not against of it.
Yeah.
But if you are staying in Hassan, you are staying in part of India anywhere,
Yeah.
and you started eating some Italian food or Mexican food for a
Mm.
long period of time,
Hmm.
your microbiota is getting confused.
Yes.
So which carbohydrate should I digest now? How much SFA should I produce now?
Yeah.
So I will always suggest what local food you can eat, what staple food you can eat. You have to eat that. What
Yeah.
grandma ate, you have to eat that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about SCFA. So these short chain fatty acids are produced by fermentation of these complex carbohydrates.
Carbohydrates.
And how it works, it literally do as a neuroproductive element
Yes.
for your brain.
Now you just mentioned about ACFA. So why it is required and
Okay.
how much it is important for our mental health?
So SCFA stimulates your enterochromaffin cells of
Yes.
your gut, and these cells are responsible to secrete the serotonin. Okay, and as we all know, serotonin is a happy hormone. So ultimately, you are eating the complex carbohydrates, your microbiota are fermenting it, digesting it,
Yeah.
and ultimately it is going to be responsible for releasing the good serotonin in your body.
Yes.
And while serotonin communicates with the brain via vagus nerve, because there is a direct nerve supply for your gut.
Yes.
So there are some afferent nerves ending in your gut. They will stimulate, serotonin will stimulate vagus nerve, and person can feel happy.
So, doctor, this serotonin secretion,
Mhm.
differences
Mhm.
can be correlated with some of the modern mental disorders.
Yeah, if there is a low level of serotonin, then the person is definitely going to land in the major depressive disorders.
Yes.
That's why in modern psychiatry we give SSRIs, so serotonin reuptake inhibitors, because body has to reabsorb it. When your body started reabsorbing the more serotonin from the blood, again the person will land in the depressive disorders. But what happens again, if you're not going for the good walk, because morning good walk is one of the good factor that stimulate your serotonin,
Serotonin.
then your complex carbohydrates that we discuss. So like person is shifted to the different food now. He's not getting complex carbohydrates. Ultimately there is no fermentations. Ultimately there is a low stimulation for cortisol,
Yes.
serotonin, sorry.
Serotonin. Yes.
So this person is more prominent or more prone for the major depressive disorders.
Yes.
So why this depression started again? Because what food he had.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, doctor, there's a slight confusion.
Okay.
People crave for chocolates, then they crave for sugar, and they feel happy having that. Now, you say that these are simple carbohydrates which are not good for the body, but they are happy having it. How do you explain this?
Okay. There's a problem with Changu. So Changu never listened to me. Like, भाई साहब एक कर दे, वो कर दे. No, नहीं करना है मैंने. तो I'll say, Changu, take the chocolate. हाँ, I will do this work.
Yeah.
That is a bacteria. So there's something like reward. I gave reward to Changu. That's why he did my work.
Yes.
That's how when you eat this sugar, and that is a very good thing for bacteria. The processed food, they will get the gram-negative bacteria and more bad bacteria will increase because they will ferment their food and their colony will increase. So what they will do for moment of pleasure, they will seek little bit dopamine.
Okay.
And again, what you say in the opening, it was the bacteria who gave you a little bit chocolate in the dopamine because you gave the chocolate. So this reward system works, but we have to understand that pleasure is not a real pleasure. It's for a temporary basis.
Peer pleasure.
Have you ever seen that kid is eating chocolate and he's happy for the 1 year?
Yes, that's
no, he's happy for that moment, but later it increases more chronicity.
Yes.
So you are stressed, you are eating chocolates, and what if I tell you that chocolate is going to make you more stressed later?
Correct.
So we have to understand we need pleasure for a while, or we need to pleasure for a long period of time. And that's what we say in Ayurveda, Pradnya Prada.
True. So doctor, you mean to say that bad bacteria, these simple sugars, it feeds on that, and there is a short-term dopamine release, and you feel pleasure for some time, but it is not good for the health. And the complex carbohydrates,
for long
periods, as they act on the serotonin, and it gives a long period of happiness and effect on the body.
But there is one more point here. What happens if person is having a lot of still food, like Parushadana we says in Ayurveda, more toxics, acids, or some person is having food with the alcohol. A lot of alcohol, with having the like spicy food and again irritating alcohol a lot in maximum amount. What happens? There is responsible for the erosions. Okay, so whether there is a esophageal or later there is a gastric ulcers and later. So the person is having such things for a long period of time. Then it increased the negative bacteria, gram-negative bacteria of your flora, and it causes later on gut dysbiosis or leaky gut syndrome. And when the person is having leaky gut syndrome, there is something called lipopolysaccharide, LPS. Okay, and this LPS protein is you can find in the outer layer of gram-negative bacteria. So when this barrier of gut, that's a membranous gut, is open, this LPS comes out of the gut and it comes in the bloodstream.
Yes. So
LPS antibodies after is a major responsible for major depressive disorders, and scientist has found that more LPS in the blood, LPS antibodies in the blood is responsible for the autism again and major neuropsychiatric disorders. Why this LPS came out? Why? Because what food you were having since a long period of time. So this is something called as Pitta Dhara Kala Sa evam Majja Dhara Kala in Ayurveda.
Correct.
Because while talking about the mental disorders in Ayurveda, Unmada and Apasmara or Mastishka Rogas and all, Acharyas never skipped Ahar. Starting of the shloka come with the Asuchi Ahara. They know Ashuchi. Shuchi is a cleanliness. Ashuchi is uncleanness. They knew about the bacteria, something called Jivanus. They are something that is going to influence your mind later. And there are two factors again. Alpasattva, Bruhasattva, and Alpasattva of gut and Maximum Sattva of the gut. Now, this is a Drushta Chakra, we can say. It's
vicious circle.
Yeah, exactly. What happens? Now, I'm more anxious. I will have a lot of these simple carbohydrates and stale food, outside food. I don't know when he cooked last time. There is a good microbiota inside that is going to harm my body definitely. Suchi ahara I will have. Then my body will ferment it. I don't know what kind of toxins they will secrete. I forgot to tell you. I will like to mention interleukin 6, IL-1 6, IL-1, TNF alpha. When you have leaky gut syndrome, these hormones will go out, and it will causes so much inflammation in your brain.
Correct.
Ultimately, this is one of the responsible factor for Parkinson's, Alzheimer's.
Correct.
So no one talks about that.
Hmm.
What I talked in the second episode, Annamaya Mana. So again, this neuropsychiatric disorder, why it happened? Because what food he had.